as suspicious. Plus, Elon Musk asks 2 million federal employees to outline the work they recently did, why some are being told not to respond. And Kelly is tracking our forecast.
We're looking at sunshine and seasonable temperatures for Monday, but things take a big change for midweek.
ABC 6 News 11 at 11 starts right now.
Our top story tonight at 11. Police in North Providence are investigating a death they are describing as suspicious. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Alyssa Azara. Officers were called to a music studio and found the man who rents it dead inside. ABC 6 News reporter Ryan Medeiros has the story.
North Providence police are investigating after a man was found dead in his recording studio Saturday. Neighbor Ray Hartenstein says he's lived on Humbert Street for 15 years.
I've lived 70 years. Very little phases me. I did a good 10 years security work at URI.
North Providence officers responding to Pressure Records Studio for a well-being check around 1:15 Saturday afternoon, finding a man dead inside. Chief Ruggiero says the 41-year-old victim was a Providence man who was renting the studio.
Injuries were visible once officers and detectives got in there, which made them and alerted them that this may be more than just a health issue or a sudden death.
Ruggiero says it's not the first time police have responded to the studio.
We have gotten calls for loud music nuisance to that area, and officers have been there to let the folks inside know that they need to quiet it down.
Hartenstein added that while the death is disconcerting, there is a regular police presence in the area.
The cops are up and down here all the time. So, what else are they going to do?
Ruggiero says police are waiting on the medical examiner's office to determine the cause of death.
If there was foul play, we wanted to get in front of it instead of not being prepared if we get some bad news once the autopsy was performed.
The chief says they should hear back from the medical examiner sometime Monday. In North Providence, I'm Ryan Medeiros, ABC 6 News.
New tonight on 11 at 11, a GoFundMe has been set up in support of a Fairhaven man killed in a recent crash. Thursday night, 28-year-old Mason Avich was killed in a head-on crash on the New Bedford Fairhaven Bridge. A fundraiser to honor Mason's life was created just 24 hours ago and has already raised nearly $50,000, surpassing an initial goal of $25,000. We have a link to that on our website, abc6.com. Police in East Providence investigating an interesting incident this evening. It happened on Pawtucket Avenue. Officers telling ABC 6 News that a tire fell off of a truck and then smashed through the window of that vacant building. No one was hurt. Let's get a check on the forecast now. Meteorologist Kelly Bates joins us live in the Weather Center. Kelly, good evening.
Hey, hello, right back at you, my friend. We have clouds that have been building in, and we also have temperatures that are basically being held in place in the 30s, and that's due to the fact that we do indeed have some cloud cover out there. So right now we're officially at mostly cloudy. We do have a temp of 34. It feels like 30, though, with a real light wind in place out of the north-northwest at 5 miles per hour. So our current temps are sort of holding steady in the 30s, and again, that has to do with the fact that we have these clouds. They're acting like a blanket, and they're keeping temperatures from dropping off pretty quickly or really pretty far. So even though it does feel a little bit cooler, feels like the 20s in Westerly and Smithfield, for example, our winds are generally very, very light. So as long as these clouds hang out here, we're going to be in the 30s, but you'll notice there are some breaks. So we are expecting temps to take a little bit of a drop as we go through the overnight, but it's not going to be too tough to take. We're going to wake up tomorrow with temperatures in the upper 20s, which is actually technically about 3 degrees warmer than average. And once we get into the sunshine, that's going to help temperatures take off from there. But it looks like our midweek time frame is going to be some of the warmest weather that we have seen, well, for some time. How do the 50s sound? And yes, it's going to be a trend more than one day. I'll let you know how exactly warm we're going to get and how long that's going to last. Coming your way in just a couple minutes' time. Alyssa?
Music to my ears. Thanks, Kelly. All right, other headlines we're following for you this evening. Multiple pets were sadly killed in a house fire in Taunton this morning. It happened on Forge Drive. Officials say one person was inside at the time and able to get out safely. However, 3 dogs and 1 cat died in the fire. You can see there the damage to the roof of the home. Officials say 3 people are now without a place to live, and the cause of the fire remains under investigation. Judge Bruce Selya has died. He was 90 years old and was a long-serving judge on the U.S. First Court of Appeals and a lifelong resident of Providence. He was also the first Jewish person to serve on the federal bench in Rhode Island and later served as chief judge of the U.S. Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court of Review. In 2023, the city of Providence renamed a portion of Fulton Street to Judge Selya Way. In a statement, Senator Jack Reed said in part, quote, "As a judge, Bruce Selya was nationally renowned and respected and set a high bar that many others in his profession admire and aspire to reach." Meanwhile, a celebration of life today for the Barrington mother and son killed in the Washington, D.C. plane crash tragedy last month. It was held at the Veterans Memorial Auditorium in Providence. Christine and Spencer Lane were representing the Skating Club of Boston when they were killed on the American Airlines regional jet that collided with an Army helicopter. A portion of Route 105 in Middleborough was closed this morning after a dumpster truck crashed into a bridge. It happened around 6:30 where the road crosses 495. Stadies say the truck hit a train bridge and rolled onto its side. The bridge was damaged, but the driver is expected to be okay. All lanes reopened around 9 this morning. The Jamestown Fire Department rescuing a person stuck on the rocks along the water Saturday. It happened near a home on Beavertail Road in Jamestown. Crews used an ATV and a drone to find that person. Officials say they were not hurt but did need help getting back to shore. North Kingstown Fire is mourning one of their own. The department sharing on social media this weekend that Rich Cawley has died. He served North Kingstown for 17 years and retired from the department back in 2023. Officials are asking the public to keep his family in their hearts during this difficult time. Turning now to national political news and Elon Musk's new attempt to slash the federal government. Federal workers were told via email to list their accomplishments or face termination. But some unions and agencies, including the new FBI director, Kash Patel, have told workers to wait. Here's ABC's Selena Wang.
Tonight, President Trump's cabinet defying Elon Musk's order to federal workers, telling their agency employees to hold off on responding to an email from the Office of Personnel Management asking for 5 bullet points detailing their previous week's accomplishments. The pushback coming after Musk posted an ultimatum on social media, demanding federal workers justify their jobs before midnight Monday or face termination. Musk writing on X, failure to respond will be taken as a resignation. But several agencies telling workers to wait. Newly installed FBI Director Kash Patel ordering his workforce to pause any responses. Senior leaders at the State Department saying no employee is obligated to report their activities outside of their department chain of command. And tonight, the Department of Defense telling employees that the department will respond on their behalf when and if required. Acting U.S. Attorney in D.C. Ed Martin was one of the few senior officials to encourage his employees to comply, calling it a good opportunity to highlight the importance of our work. The largest federal workers union calling the email unlawful and an attempt to bully hardworking Americans. Sources tell ABC that even though Trump publicly urged Musk to get more aggressive on Saturday, top White House officials were caught off guard, the White House refusing to comment publicly. Even some Republican lawmakers questioning Musk's tactics.
If I could say one thing to Elon Musk, it's like, please put a dose of compassion in this. These are real people. These are real lives.
And more breaking news tonight. USAID says it's firing 2,000 workers and putting all but a few remaining staffers on leave around the world. This comes after President Trump and Elon Musk have vowed to dismantle the agency that provides humanitarian aid around the world. They claim that it's wasteful. Selena Wang, ABC News, the White House.
All right, still to come on ABC 6 News at 11. It's been almost 3 years since Russia began their war on Ukraine. Why the Ukrainian president says he would step down if it meant peace for his country. And we'll take a look at a large pro-Ukrainian rally here at home that hit the streets of Boston. Plus, the latest on Pope Francis after the Vatican says he remains in critical condition while in a Rome hospital. Stay with us. We'll be right back.